Hey everybody, I'm making this video while I'm sitting here getting unloaded at a mailer with the truck off, relaxing. But I wanted to address the politicians in Washington. I'm going to post this on my Twitter. Don't know about Facebook yet, but if you feel the way I do, I hope you'll make this go viral because this is addressing both sides of the aisle up in Washington. As a middle America working class person who loves this country, I know what y'all are proceeding to do with this impeachment hearing. Just be forewarned that if the evidence does not stack up and is irrefutable, and I do mean irrefutable, and somehow y'all do find a way to impeach Donald Trump. Understand 63 million people voted for Donald Trump in 2016, and there's a lot of people who have grown to like him. We're watching. We're going to be paying attention to what you do. Both sides of the aisle. I'm not talking just Democrats. I'm talking about Republicans too, because we got a lot of never-Trumpers on the Republican side, like Mitt Romney and people like that I don't trust. I don't trust them to do the right thing. And that's bad to feel that way, but I do. As of right now, all I can say is Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Adam Schiff, please understand. You're sitting on a powder keg because there are a lot of people in this country very edgy right now. Y'all have said, oh, this impeachment's only about the Ukrainian call. That's bullshit. I call bullshit because it is. The whole time before he even got his oath of office sworn in, y'all were screaming impeachment. And I guess you forget that we remember people like Rashid Tlaib talking about impeaching the MF, which is disrespectful to the office of president. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Removing a president from office forcibly is detrimental to our country. And the truth is, the Democrats are so terrified that he's going to win in 2020, they don't want to run a campaign against him. They rather try to impeach the man. That is a crying shame on the state of your party if you cannot put candidates forth who can actually produce ideas outside of socialist extremes or giving away everything in the world to these people in the country. I don't want nothing given to me. I work hard for everything I get. God provides for me. I don't need the government providing a darn thing. Your job, and that's the only job this country has, is our government, is to maintain our sovereignty, maintain our security, and make sure that our country prospers. And I'm sorry, but giving the store away does not make the country prosper. And Bernie Sanders, this is directed at you. Please tell the truth to the American people. Medicare for all will take away 2.5 million people's jobs in the insurance industry. 2.5 million. All the money these insurance companies put into the stock market to build profit to use for the cost of care will stop because they won't be in business. So that money won't go in the stock market. The stock market's going to take a huge dip. But you don't want to talk about that. Oh, Medicare for all, Medicare for all. My mom is 83 years old. She's on Medicare. It's an 80-20 plan. If you do not have supplemental, you owe a 20% responsibility. Stop saying you're going to make it no cost. No cost would be astronomical on our tax burden. I work. I got a job. I've got insurance. I've got a retirement plan. I'm praying to God Social Security will be there when I get there, but if that doesn't, I'm preparing for that. But by God, everybody in Washington, take this to the bank. And I do mean to the bank. If you take Trump out of office illegitimately, falsely, in some kind of coup, without any documented proof you can show to the American people, and I mean, I want it shown to me. Show me the truth. Y'all want to say that we don't need to know that? I tell you right now, I know more about Bill Clinton's little tryst with Monica Lewinsky than I care to know. I didn't give a darn what that man did, but we had to hear that and spend all that time listening to that crap during his impeachment. I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten who brought down the Twin Towers. I have not forgotten that our country is at war. And for y'all to disgrace my flag that flies over my country and to say that it doesn't matter and we're racist. I grew up in a multicultural school in an area with almost every nationality known to man when I grew up in Atlanta. Remember the South? Oh, a bunch of bigots, right? We're not bigots. I'm Christian, I'm Southern, I'm conservative. I'm pro-God, pro-country, and yes, I'm pro-gun. I am an NRA member, and I'm not giving up my rights, Beto. Understand that. You want to do something, fix the problem with the criminal system. The criminal justice system is broken. Y'all don't do anything about the inner city violence that goes on in Atlanta, Chicago, Baltimore, D.C., L.A., it's everywhere. Every major city. Dallas, Texas. Birmingham, Alabama. Charlotte, North Carolina. Do I need to go on? I'm fed up with y'all playing games. And I'm on Twitter watching everything y'all tweet. I'm watching everything you do. There's lots of us. And I'm going to tell you once and for all, I am paying attention, and you better make it clear that you have something, truly something, damning on Mr. Trump, President Trump. Because I voted for the man and he's done a wonderful job. And as for all y'all on the left talking about he has not helped the economy, my retirement account has grown 15% a year for the last 3 years. 8 years under of Obama, I watched it dissipate about 35%. So that's factual numbers. I can print it out and show you if you want to see the facts. But I am going to tag a bunch of representatives in this, including Republicans, because Mitch McConnell is getting very wishy-washy, and Lindsey, who I thought had grown a set of nuts at the Kavanaugh hearing, is floating again, back and forward and wishy-washy. If you're going to be a Republican and a conservative, stand with conservative values. And make sure you understand who brought you to the dance and who's going to take you to the dance. And if you come to the dance on the Republican ticket or Democrat ticket and swing to the other side, I have a problem with that. That's called a hypocrite. That's called somebody who's playing games. And Mitt Romney, you were a never Trumper. I know you were a never Trumper because you ran against him. And then you begged for his endorsement to get back in the Senate. Then you've turned your back on him. And now you're playing games again. Mitt Romney, let me tell you something. From a working man, I have no use for you. You're wealthy. You've lived in Washington too long. You're a politician, a career politician. All these people, Nancy Pelosi, multimillionaire. Chuck Schumer, multimillionaire. Every one of y'all that have been up there for years. Bernie Sanders, you never held a real job in your life to know what it's like to get up and have to bust your ass to make a paycheck. And you say you know the working man? Come out here and work a 12, 14-hour day driving a truck with me. I bet your butt cannot handle it. You cannot handle what we do every day. The American people, we make this country move, not the politicians. We're the ones breaking our backs to make sure this country stays strong. And don't ever forget that, because if we had to put our backs into it, we can take this country and make it greater than you've ever seen. But when we do that, we're going to clean out some of the useless people in this world, because there's too many useless people that are sitting here not producing, not doing anything but hurting our country. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these people whining and crying that they cannot get a job, or whining and crying because they need help with everything. And Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, and all these other ladies on the left, let me explain something to you. I'm 50 years old. I'm sick of y'all talking about girls needing sanitary products. That's what their parents are supposed to be there for, to help them with that transition into adulthood and juvenile years. And if their parents are not doing it, then it's the failure of the parents. It shouldn't be our responsibility as taxpayers to do all this stuff, to worry about people's periods or people's this or people's that. Y'all are just constantly pandering to little niche groups. Y'all don't care about the average Americans. I'm an average American. I go to work every day. I go to church when I can. I read the Bible. I pray. And I pray for this country, and I'm going to tell you something. Right now, I'm praying to God that y'all don't rip this country apart at the seams, because the amount of pain and suffering that will be inflicted on our country because of your foolishness is astronomical. It would make the Civil War look like a walk in the park, because many people are fed up right now. And I hope a bunch of people feel the same way and will make this go viral. And I hope it gets retweeted hundreds of times till people see it, because you need to know how we're feeling. And I'm giving you exactly how I feel right now. I watch all sides of the aisle. Don't mess with my country, because you do, then it will be time for all of us to take to the streets. And we will do it peacefully, because the Christians and conservatives can do things peacefully. We work. But if we have to take to the streets, I say we do. But when we do, it's going to be more people than you've ever seen in your life waving American flags and talking about the national anthem and our great country. Antifa and all these other people protesting, all they want to do is destroy. Most of them have never had a job in their life. They live in their mama and daddy's basement. Or if they got a job, it's a job that's a dead-end job because they didn't have a good education. I did not go to college. I drive a truck for a living. But I read constantly, and I got a better education than a lot of kids that are coming out of your colleges right now. And you talk about everybody needs an education. No, we need people with common sense and people who are willing to put their back into a hard day's work. That's my take on this, and I'm out of here. God bless America, God bless our country, and God bless President Trump.